श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम् ॐ मुनित्रयं नमस्कृत्य तदुक्तिः परिभाव्य च वैयाकरणसिद्धान्त कौमुदीयं विरच्यते. So we saw Mangalacharanam, its general meaning. I didn't explain the Mangalacharana, nor did I explain the meaning of the name of the text, Vaiyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi, because they are going to be very beautifully established, explained in Bala Manorama. Okay, we'll start the Bala Manorama Tika. Tika is a commentary. Okay, so Bala Manorama is the commentary which we are going to see. Yesterday, while explaining the commentaries, I said there is a commentary called Tattvabodhini written by Jnanendra Saraswati, which is a difficult text for people who don't have complete idea of the Sanskrit grammar. We are studying this to know Sanskrit, the grammar. And if we are going to face these kind of complicated situations, then it will be very difficult for us to understand even that basic idea of grammar. Okay, so we will see only Bala Manorama. Bala Manorama is a very beautiful text, as the name signifies. Bala Manorama, Ramu Kridayam Dhatu. Okay, so that which gives joy, and mana for the mind, that which gives joy for the mind. And to whom? Bala, for the kids. That which brings joy to the minds of the kids is Bala Manorama. Now again, wait. Bala Manorama, when you say, who is this Bala? Bala means kids, baby. Who is this baby? Bala. Bala, like in logic, when we studied Tarka Sangraha, in the Tika, in the commentary, Padakritya, he very clearly established who Bala is. Bala is not a person who is being breastfed. Okay, he is not a person who is breastfed, Sthanandana. So he is not a person who is being fed, nursed. Then who is Bala? Bala there is a person who has studied all the Shastras and who has not studied Tarka Shastra. Similarly here, Adhita Anya Shastrani, Tarka Ityadi Shastrani, Anadhita Vyakara Shastram is Bala. Bala is a person who has studied all the other Shastras like logic, etc., but who has not studied this Vyakarana Shastra is Bala. He may have studied all the texts, Tarkas, Mani Grantha, etc., all, but he has not studied Sanskrit grammar. So he is called as Bala. Okay, and another point I explained to you yesterday, I cannot add people or remove people from this video. You have to subscribe and press the bell icon, notification, etc., for the message to come whenever I upload, whenever I go live on this channel. You will get a message. You have to follow like that. Otherwise, it is not like some Skype, etc., where you have to send a link and people share the link, and they, using the link, they come to the video, etc. That is not like that here. You will get a link which is your message. You have to use that message to come here. Anyway, I will put the link of the playlist in the comment section today for both Tamil and English. Okay. So Bala Manorama starts with Sa Jayati Divya Nateshaha Nrutyati Yosau Chidambara Sabhayam Panitnyadyo Munaye Yasya Cha Dayaya Manorathana Bhajan Sa Jayati Divya Nateshaha Nrutyati Yo Asau Chidambara Sabhayam Paninyadya Munayo Yasya Cha Dayaya Manorathan Abhajan Sa Jayati Divya Nateshaha. Beautiful. Sa Jayati. He triumphs. Who triumphs? Divya Nateshaha. The divine Natesha. Natesha is a name. Okay, let us take it as a name. Natesha. If you are going to break it as a word, Natanam Isha iti Nateshaha. One who is Lord Isha, Lord of Nata. Nata means generally Nata is an actor. Specifically here, Nata means dance. So one who is Lord among the dancers is Natesha. It's a beautiful word. Natesha is also name given to people. Natesha, Natesha Murti, etc. Here, okay. So who is this Natesha? So before entering into this, yesterday I see this Bala Manorama is written by Vasudeva Dikshita. I didn't specify this yesterday. There is a reason for this. Since we are going to say, I gave the story of Jnanendra Saraswati, etc., but I didn't explain who wrote Bala Manorama. I said we will see Bala Manorama. I didn't explain who wrote Bala Manorama. Bala Manorama is written by Vasudeva Dikshita, a very great, knowledgeable person, very beautiful. He has a he has a complete knowledge where he is able to present this Sanskrit grammar in such a childish way. Childish way means for the children to understand. That is the way. See, you may have great knowledge, but if you are not able to convey that knowledge, then that knowledge is of no use. So that is the greatness of this Acharya Vasudeva Dikshita. Okay. Now, Natesha. There is another shloka which I said yesterday where I skipped the first part. You will be seeing this shloka when you are going to see Iti Maheshwarani Sutrani in fourth page in my book, Chaukamba's book. Okay. So there you are going to see Nrittavasane Natarajarajaha Nanadadakkam Nava Panchavaram. I started from Nanadadakkam Nava Panchavaram. Uddhartu Kamaya Sanakadi Siddha Nietat Vimarsham Set Shiva Sutra Jalam. I explained that. So the first statement I skipped. The first statement, first portion of the shloka is Nrittavasane Nataraja Rajaha. Nataraja Rajaha is the key word here. We'll explain the meaning of the shloka again later. Nataraja Rajaha. Nataraja is also Nataraj. Nataraj is also like Natesha. Nataraj also is a name given to people here. Nataraj also means Shiva. Which Shiva? The Shiva who is in, as he said, Yosau Nrutyati Yosau Chidambara Sabhayam. In the Chidambara, Chidambara is a place close to Chennai. In Tamil Nadu it is. Close to here, this place. Tirthamalai. So, not too close. Close enough. Okay. Forget it. So, think as a Chidambara Sabhayam. In the Sabha of Chidambara, in Chidambara, there are 5 Sabhas: Tamra Sabha, Golden Sabha, Copper Sabha, etc. So, one among them is Chidambara. There, this Nataraja dances. That is a Sabha also. There is a stage also. Actually, normal temples, you will see the Ishvara placed very little above the level which you stand and have darshan. But here he is placed on a platform. You have to climb up the platform to have the darshan of him. For the special darshan, nowadays they don't even allow, it seems. So special darshan. Otherwise, you can stay below the platform and see the Bhagavan. Okay. Now, we'll come to the point. Nataraja. Nataraja means Shiva. Chidambaram Shiva. The Shiva who dances in Chidambara is Nataraja. Natesha, same Shiva. Okay, wait. Natesha means Lord of the dancers. Okay, Lord among the dancers or Lord of the dancers. Nataraja means Nataraja means King of dancers. King of dancers. Now, when I say just Nataraja, Nataraja means Shiva of Chidambara. It is Rudhi Artha we call. Rudhi Artha. Rudhi Artha means this word means this object. Simple, straightforward meaning. Fixed. So we have fixed. Nataraj means it is Shiva of Chidambaram. Natesha means it is Shiva of Chidambaram with reference to Ishvara. But there is yoga meaning, yoga rudha meaning, etc. Yoga meaning is derived meaning. You come to a conclusion that this is what it means. Okay, gaining the implications, etc. And through implication, through implied meaning, etc. You understand. So now let us see this. Give us the derived meaning. Don't go into the derived meaning. When I say Nataraja, king of dancers, who can it be? We should Shiva. Wait, it is not all. There is a Murti of Krishna in dancing posture. He is called Nritya Gopala. Nritya Gopala. Nritya Gopal Das, etc. Great monks were there. Nritya Gopal is the name of the Krishna. Then there is a dancing Ganapati. Nartana Ganapati. Ganesha in dancing posture is a Nartana Ganapati. Similarly, the other deities may also have this dancing posture where they will be having Nritya or Nartana something attached to their names. Okay. So, now see. Krishna is a great dancer, no doubt. So, when I say Nataraja, who does it refer to? Now I have a doubt. And Ganapati is the first deity, the primary deity. For people who accept him as the only deity, that is a different issue. He is the primary deity whom we worship before starting any endeavor. Now, he in dancing posture should be a great sight and a great thing. So, Nataraja, if I say, it can also mean Ganapati. It can also mean Krishna. It can also mean Ganapati other than Shiva. So, there is a confusion. So, we call this defects in logic. Avyapti, Ativyapti, etc. Okay. Avyapti. When your logic does not completely cover the grounds, whatever you refer to, whatever you applied the definition for, then that is avyapti. If it over pervades, if you have done a definition, you have set a statement, and it over pervades, it goes beyond your limit, then it is ativyapti, etc. These are defects in logic. Now, when I say Nataraja, instead of referring to Shiva in that portion, it is also referring to Krishna and Ganapati as a defect. So that is why he said, it is not Nataraja, it is Nataraja Rajaha, the king of kings among the dancers. Okay. Now here, he didn't even give those kind of confusions. He says, Natesha, he is the lord of dancers. There is no doubt here. Okay. Now see. Another beauty is he is starting with a prayer on Shiva. Why should he start a prayer on Shiva? There is a reason for these things. See, the logicians also they start they also do prayers in the Mangalacharana. They will also invoke Shiva. Not just simple logicians, even the toughest of tough logicians, they invoke Shiva. Khandana Khandakara, the epitome of Vedantic study, Khandana Khandakadya. Shri Harsha. Shri Harsha. Shri Harsha is the name, we are adding another Shri. Shri Harsha. He himself writes a poem, a shloka on Shiva, invoking Shiva. It's a blackmail kind of poem. Anyway, he is invoking Shiva. Now, why do logicians, we Vedantins, of course, this grammarian, all of them, why do they worship Shiva? What is the point of worshipping Shiva? Instead of going to the other people like the other Smriti text, we will refer to Bhagavan Bhashyakara himself. Bhagavan Bhashyakara, Shankaracharya Bhagavan, in his Prashnottara Ratnamalika, a small text called Prashnottara Ratnamalika, where he just answers in single word. A question is put and he'll answer with single word. So there, in the 55th shloka, he says, Kaha Shuraha, who is a person who can be called Shura? Shura means a person who is valorous. Who is a person who can be called valorous? Man of strength. Then he answers, Yo Bhitatrata. Yo Bhitastrata. Bhitaha. Bhi bhaye. Fear. Bhi, root word is in the meaning of bhaya, fear. Okay. So to fear. So one trata means trapu rakshane. Tra, to protect. So one who I am using all the root words because I am putting that samskara. We are going to see all the root words anyway. Okay. So one who protects the people with fear is a shura, a valorous person. Okay. Then trata chakaha. Who is that trata? Who is that protector? Then he gives the answer Sadguruhu. Sadguruhu. Sadguru is the protector. Sadguru. Who is Sadguru? Okay. Next question. Kohi Jagat Guruhu Uktaha. Who is said to be Jagat Guru? Sadguru. Jagat Guru himself writes, Jagat Guru Bhagavan Shankaracharya himself says, Jagat Guru is a Shambhuhu. Shambhu Uktaha. Shambhu is Jagat Guru. Shambhu is Shiva. Shambho Sharti Bhumo Shankaracharya Rupa. That is how he is described. Shankaracharya Bhagavan himself is described in Shankara Digvijaya as Shambho Charati Bhumo Shankaracharya Rupa. Shambhu, that Shiva himself is in the form of the Shankaracharya. He came to this, took an avatar of Shankaracharya. Okay. Now, the final question. That's a very interesting question. Jnanam kutaha. From whom do you gain knowledge? Jnanam kutaha. There he gives the answer Shivad eva. Shivad eva. Only from Shiva you gain the knowledge. And that is why all these people, they worship Shiva. The logicians, whether it be logician, whether it be grammarian, etc., whoever it may be. And logic, we say it is not the logic of a. We will come to that again. See, Sanskrit is a very important text. Says, I'll say it later. Okay. Chidambara Sabhayam, one who dances in the Chidambara Sabha, that Shiva, that Natesha, I salute. Why? Paninyadyo muneyasya cha daya. Because of whose daya, compassion, grace, Panini, etc., great saints, Manorathan Abhajan, they gained whatever they desired. They gained their desired object. Manoratha means the desire. You don't have to say mental desire. Desire is a product of mind. It's a thought function. So it's a product of mind. So transformation of mind actually. So manorathan, their desired abhajan they gained. So through because of whose grace Panini etc. people gained their desired goal. Therefore, I also pray to that Natesha for my desired goal. Okay, then अस्तु नमः पाणिने भूयो मुनये तथास्तु वररुचये किंचास्तु पतंजलये भ्रात्रे विश्वेश्वराय गुरवे च अस्तु नमः पाणिनये भूयः भूयोस्तु again and again let my salutations be astu let it be what let be namaha astu let my salutations be not just once bhuyo astu let it be let my salutations be again and again to whom paninaye to Panini Maharaj let my salutations be again and again for Panini Maharaj not just that tathastu vararuche also similarly let there be salutations to again and again to vararuchi vartikara okay kinchastu and also let the salutations be to patanjali okay done no bhratre vishveshwaraya gurave cha bhratre gurave vishveshwaraya cha astu namaha like that. So also to my brother my guru who is my guru Vishveshwara Bhratrecha Vishveshwaraya Guravecha, like that also you can interpret her. But here we can say Vishveshwara is the brother. Okay, to that brother let me salutations be because Bhratre and Gurave they are in sync, they are in same adhikarana, samana adhikarana, same declension. Okay, we call it samana adhikarana. So they are in samana adhikarana. So we can say to my guru, my brother Vishveshwara, my salutations be again and again. Now, there is another Patha Beda, we call it. There is another reading here. Shabda Brahmatmane cha Durjhataye. Instead of Bhratre Vishveshwaraya Gurave cha, there is statement Shabda Brahmatmane cha Durjhataye. Shabda Brahmatmane cha Durjhataye. Shabda Brahmatmane. Durjhataye means a person with matted lock, Shiva again. And Shabda Brahmatmane, that is an important word. Shabda Brahma Atma. Shabda Brahmatma. The Brahman in the form of sound, word. See, we are studying Vaiyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi. Actually, Siddhanta Kaumudi, instead of understanding it as a Siddhanta Kaumudi, we are understanding it as Vaiyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi. Why do you understand it as Vaiyakarana Siddhanta Kaumudi? We are understanding the conclusive teaching of the Vyakarana, of the grammar. Okay, but you have to understand one thing. This, what we are studying is not just grammar, it is a Shastra. It is a Shastra. We don't study language. We don't study just logic. We study Shastra in each of them. We have to understand the difference between that and this. A language is for communication purpose. A Shastra is for taking you to the ultimate level, not to the next level, to the ultimate level, to give you liberation. Shasanat Trananat Shastramityabhidhiyate. Shasanat, because it guides you. Trananat, because it protects you. Trapurakshane, again, because it protects you. Therefore, it is called a Shastra. So it guides you into the right path and protects you from the wrong path. That is why it is called a Shastra. It guides you to the right path means to moksha, liberation. All the Shastra, even Sanskrit Shastra. Sanskrit Shastra, remember that, Shabda Shastra. It's a very important Shastra actually. Bhagavan Bhashyakara has not written Mangalacharana to many of his texts. But he specifically writes Mangalacharana in Taittiriya Upanishad. He says, Yaivihi Guruvih Purvam Padavakya Pramanataha Yakshata Sarva Vedanta Tan Nityam Pranatosmiham. I salute them daily. To them, my salutations are there daily. To whom? Yaivihi Gurubihi Puram Padavakya Pramanatha Vyakhyata Sarvedanta, who commented upon the Vedanta based on Pada Vakya and Pramana. Pada Vakya and Pramana. We are not interested in Vakya and Pramana Shastras, we are interested in Pada Shastra. Sanskrit is Pada Shastra. Without the knowledge of Pada Shastra, interpreting the meaning of the words will be very difficult, impossible. So, Pada Shastra is important. And this is Shastra. Why? How can you gain knowledge, liberation through knowing what is eco energy? Definitely no. And we are not prescribing chanting of I, etc. daily repeatedly as mantra. Not that. We are teaching you Sanskrit grammar. There is a system of for liberation called Spotavada. Spotavada. When you utter a word, that word, it's like a bomb. It bombards and it explodes. And that explosion gives you the meaning, the realization of the meaning of the word. So, in that way, the ultimate is Shabda Brahman. Because of the grace of Shabda Brahman, a word is associated with the meaning. So, that is why he says, Shabda Brahmatmanecha, let my salutations be there for Shabda Brahman, Durjatayecha, also to the matter blocked Shiva. Now, see, this you need not accept, though there is a Pathaveda like this, there is a different reading like this, don't accept this. The original reading which we have, Bharatreja Vishveshwaraya Guravecha, that will be the better reading here. Why? Because in the first shloka, he is doing a shloka for saluting Ishvara. Ishvara Namaskaratmaka Mangalacharana. Here also it is Namaskaratmaka Mangalacharana, but it is Guru Namaskaratmaka Mangalacharana. Panini, Vararuchi, Patanjali, Guru Vishveshwara. To all them, his salutations. So, Guru Namaskaratmaka Mangalacharana. That will be apt instead of bringing again Shiva here. Okay? Kinchastu. Vyakhyata bahubhi praudaihi yesha siddhanta kaumudi. Vasudevastu tadvyakyam vashti balamanoramam. Vyakhyata bahubhi praudaihi yesha siddhanta kaumudi. Vasudevaha tu tadvyakyam vashti balamanoramam. So beautiful. What does he say? Vyakhyata bahubhi. Bahubhi praudaihi vyakhyata. Bahubhi. Many people, not just, see, Vyakhyata means commented upon. Bahubhi means many. Many people commented upon. Oh, they may be idiots. Oh, they're idiots. Don't read their commentaries. No, because there are so many people who write left, right, center on any topic. Idiots. So we are not talking about them. Praudaihi. He says, I'm not talking about those idiots. I'm talking about praudaihi, people with par excellent knowledge on this subject matter. Okay, Praudaihi Vyakhyata. Many great people have written commentary on this. This what text are we talking about? This means Yesha Siddhanta Kaumudi. This text Siddhanta Kaumudi. On this, there are great stalwarts who have written commentary upon. Then what are you doing? Why do you waste paper? For that he says, Vasudeva too, but Vasudeva is not commenting upon this. Then what? What are you doing? Tad Vyakhyam Vashti Bala Manorama. Vasudeva is Vashti. See, Vashti you can interpret as Vasudeva is going to say. Vasudeva is saying commentary on Bala Manorama. That does not make any difference actually. We cannot say vacha paribhashane, vach plus ti, vachti. It does not become vashti. Okay, you have to use the root word vasha kantau. Vasha kantau. Kanta means illumination, light. Vasudeva is going to throw light on those commentaries and give you a clarity. They have given commentary, but I am going to give you clarity. That is the idea. Vashti. Vash plus tip. Remember, do you remember that, right? Vash plus tip. Pakara it, vash plus ti. Shakara tavargayoho stunashtuhu. Stoho stunashtuhu, stunashtuhu. Stunashtuhu you apply. Vash plus T, Vashti. Okay, so Vashti, Vasudeva is going to throw light on this subject matter, which is a Siddhanta Kaumudi, which is Bala Manorama. Easy for even kids to understand, to enjoy. Kids means people, he may have studied all the language, all the other text, all the other languages too, but he is not knowledgeable enough in Sanskrit grammar. I have seen people who have studied Chudamani, Manikara Grantha, etc., ultimate logic text, but still they don't know grammar. So for them, we are talking about. Okay. Now he is entering into the proper text, Mangalacharana. Why do we have to do Mangalacharana? He starts with that. Om Mangaladini Mangalamadhyani Mangalantani cha Shastrani Prasante Veerapurushani Bhavanti Ayushmat Purushani cha Adhyetarascha Buddhyukta Yasasyuhu Iti Vruddhisutrastha Bhashya Bhashyadi Smrti Siddha Kartavyatakam Granthado Kritam Mangalam Shishya Shikshayai Granthato Nivadhan प्राचीन ग्रंथैः अगतार्थतां विषय प्रयोजन संबंध अधिकारिणश्च सूचयन् चिकीर्षितं प्रतिजानीते मुनित्रयमिति श्लोकेन. Very good. Mangaladini, where should you write the Mangala? Where should the Mangalacharana be? That is the question. As I said yesterday, there is a tradition where people, especially in South India, where people do this Mangala only at the end. When you say start the Mangala, it means complete the text. When they say, okay, start the Mangala, that means complete whatever you are doing it. Finish it. So the concluding portion, they chant Mangala. They have different shlokas from different places. Okay, so should it be only in the conclusion? Now he says you have to start. It starts with the Mangalacharana. So should it be only in the beginning? Where should the Mangalacharana be? For that he says Mangala Adini, Mangalam Adi Yasya Mangala Adi, Ani Pratya Mangaladini, Ini Pratya. So Mangaladini, that which has Mangala in the beginning, Mangala Madhyani, that which has Mangala in the middle, Mangala Antani, that which has Mangala at the end, in the beginning, in the middle, at the end. In all these three places, you have to do, you can do Mangalacharana. You can do Mangalacharana. There is no mistake. There is nothing wrong. And that's why in some traditions, like when you listen to Bhagavata, etc., you can see people, when they want to take a break, they immediately say, like in the Shiva thing, Namah Parvati Padaye Jai Jai Shri Krishna, something they'll chant. That even taking the name of Ishvara is Mangalacharana. You don't have to specifically write a shloka or something for Mangalacharana. You can just pray, you can just write a name or just pray Om Paramatmane Namaha. That is Mangalacharana. Or just say Om Paramatmane Namaha. That is also Mangalacharana. Okay, so Mangalacharana should be in the middle, in the beginning, in the middle, and at the end. If you do that, Shastrani Prathante, that is how the Shastras are done. Shastras are written. Why should you write like this? Why should you follow this rule? Yes, Veera Purushani Bhavanti, people who do this kind of Mangalacharana in the beginning, middle, and the end, Veera Purushani, they become people of strength, valor. Okay, not just that. Ayushmat Purushanicha, they also become people with a long life, long span of life. So, not just that. He says, Adhyetarascha. Okay, you are writing so many Mangalacharanas, then the full book will be, the whole book will be only Mangalacharana, because it is going to bring me strength and it is going to bring me long life. So I'll be continuously writing Mangalacharanas. So, to put a stop to that, it is not just for the author, it is also beneficial for the reader. Adhyetarascha buddhiyuktam yathasyuhu. The reader, the person who studies the text also will be gaining the knowledge which you want to impart through your book. That is important, right? If the subject matter which you are discussing in your book is not, it does not reach the person, then there is no point in writing books. It should reach the person should understand it. For that, the Mangalacharana is necessary. Iti Vriddhi Sutra, Vriddhi Sutrastha Bhashyadi. In the Bhashya of Vriddhi Sutra, Vriddhi Radhej, the first Sutra. Ego, like that is Sutras. Vriddhi Sutra is the first Sutra. In that, he is commenting, stating this. This is, we call this a Kalpanika Shruti, an imagined Shruti. Imagined Shruti means, what is imagined Shruti? There is nothing called imagined Shruti. Imagined Shruti means Smriti text, it is basically. Smritis are also imagined Shrutis. But the point is, this is not that kind of great people like Patanjali, etc. They have studied the Vedas, they have for a long time, so they can see the degrading state of Vedas. They see now this portion of Veda doesn't exist, which I used to study. So from the memory, they are recollecting that portion and they are writing it. So that is why we call it a Kalpanika Shruti. It is not just imagined Shruti, it is from their memory they are writing those texts. Okay, so he says, it is not Smriti Siddha Kartavikam. Why do you have to do this Mangalacharana? Smriti Siddha Kartavyatakam Granthado. This is what is established in the Smriti as something which needs to be done by an author. Okay, now why do we have to do this? Again, I don't understand. Why do we have to do this? Because that fellow even does not know that there should be a Mangalacharana and he has completed the book. And this fellow who knows that there should be Mangalacharana, he has written Mangalacharana, only Mangalacharana remains, there is no book there. And here he says, Iyam Virachyate, Iyam Siddhantakamudi, this Siddhantakamudi, which is in the memory, is very clear, he is very sure he is going to write that. But while writing, he may get a heart attack and then his book stops, or he may be distracted by other things. There are so many things which can take you away from your task. So there is possibility always. So when these options are there, when these possibilities are there, why should I write Mangalacharana? For that, the logicians have a better answer. They say, why do we have to write a Mangalacharana? Mangalacharana is for the sake of completing the book. They say, Grantha Samapti Kamaha Mangalamacharet. If you desire Samapti Kamo Mangalamacharet, like that. Samapti Kamo Mangalamacharet is the definition. Samapti Kamo Mangalamacharet. If you desire to, for a completion, perform the Mangalacharana. Completion of the text or completion of the program or whatever. Perform the Mangalacharana. Samapti Kamo Mangalamacharayat. But as I said, people have written Mangalacharana, but their text were not completed. What will happen to them? So another set of logicians who are better equipped to understand this, they say, no, 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 it is not always like that. I understand. It may be because he just prayed outside of the text. That is why you don't see a written Mangalacharana there. No, even still, the book is not completed. So what do you have to say about that? I know this fellow does not believe in Ishvara. What do you have to say about that? So they say it is not Samaptikamo Mangalam Acharet, it is Vigna Dvamsakamo Mangalam Acharet. Vigna Dvamsa. Vigna means obstacle. Dvamsa means destruction. Kama means desire. One who desire for the destruction of obstacle, let him perform the Mangalacharana. Oh, I wrote Mangalacharana, but still my book didn't get completed. Why? You said, Vigna Dvamsa Kamo. My Dvamsa, my Vigna didn't get Dvamsa. My Vignas, my obstacles didn't get destroyed. If you say, no, 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 your obstacles got destroyed, but for the amount of Mangalacharana which you have written, if you want to complete the text, you have to write more Mangalacharanas again. Do you understand? That is the beautiful logic. So he says, Granthado Kritam Mangalam. So he performs this Mangalacharana in the beginning of at the beginning of the text, as said by these great people. For what? Sishya Shikshayai Granthato Nimadhan. For teaching the disciples. You have to teach your disciple, guide your disciple on the right path. This is how it is done. This is how my guru used to do. This is how his guru used to do. This is the tradition. This is what you have to follow. Now, when you say this, you have to perform Sandhyandana. Oh, my father himself does not do that, as though it's something great, some great accomplishment. My father does not do. My grandfather does not do. They are idiots. Do you want to be idiots too? Perform the Sandhyandana. If you are eligible for that, perform it. That's the rule. You cannot give excuses there. So he says, Granthato Nibadhnan, he binds it. Nibadhna, to bind it. Nitram Bandhya, to bind it. Bind in the text. What? This Mangalacharana, in the text, he binds this Mangalacharana in the text. And Prachina Granthaihi Agatartham. Whatever is not clearly defined in the olden text, those were also made clear. What is that? Vishaya, Prayojana, Sambandha, Adhikarinascha Suchayan. These four Anubandha Chatushtiyas, Vishaya, the subject matter, we already saw this yesterday. Vyakana Siddhanta Kaumudi is the subject matter. Then Prayojana, what is the use? Tad Jnanam, the knowledge of that. Okay. Who is eligible? Adhikari, the seeker, one who wants to know Sanskrit grammar. Okay. What is the Sambandha? Pratipadya Pratipadaka Bhava Sambandha, we said. This is the established and this is the mode of establishment. That is the relationship between the text and the subject matter. Okay. So these are the four pillars of a text. That also is explained in the Mangalacharana. Suchayan Chikirshitam Pratijaniti. Chikirshitam Pratijanite. Chikirshitam, desire, the Kartum Icha Chikirsha. Whatever he desired to establish, that he is writing. Now, why? See, Shastra, we said, this is Shastra also. But it is Shastra only when you enter the philosophy mode of this text. Otherwise, because people quote or misquote Bhagavan Bhashikara, they say there's a shloka in Bhajagovindam, 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 the first shloka itself. Govindam Bhaja Mudhamate, Samprapte Sannihite Kale, Nahi Nairakshati, Dukring Karane. Dukring Karane is the root word. Dukring is the root, meaning is a Karane, to do. That becomes Kru Karane. Okay, Dukring is the complete root word. So, memorizing this Dukring Karane, Dukring Karane, Dukring Karane does not give you realization. So, people bring that stupid logic. Here, that is not the point. Without the Pada Shastra Jnana, even your Vedanta Shastra Jnana will not be complete. You will not be able to understand the Vedanta. So, this is a very important tool to decipher what is said in the Vedanta text or any text for that matter, any Shastra. Okay. So Munitrayam iti shlokena. So he starts with the Munitrayam iti, the shloka. We will see this. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.